All right, welcome back to the Winning at Weight Loss Show here in Winnipeg. And it's one of our special Big Five success stories here where we bring an actual member of the program, a real human being from CalFit who's had great success in one way or another. And we share their story and hopefully you get inspired by it. So today I'm joined by Jeff, who literally has, I would say, saved his own life by taking this program, but really embracing it, losing over 40 pounds, of course. But we'll get into kind of the health benefits too. So welcome, Jeff.
No, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I actually want to rewind a bit to when you first started last summer. Was there a certain breaking point in your life where like, okay, I've got to find some other way here, or was it more gradual for you?
No, it was actually a specific moment. It occurred at the end of June, just before I started with you. Um, I wanted to go to the corner store. I went half a block, and my back was so sore that I couldn't move. I felt so heavy. I thought to myself, I can't walk half a block. This is ridiculous. Like something's got to change.
Yes. Yeah, that's often what gets people off the couch, the proverbial couch, is some moment like that, some breakdown, breakthrough, whatever. And so where'd you go from there? I think we were connected for quite some time, but so that was the stepping stone to reach out, consider working together.
Well, I think that the bit like we were I was on and off like, can I afford this? Can I do
Yeah.
this? But then I look at like how much I was spending on junk food and how much I was spending on just absolutely useless stuff that I didn't need. And then I finally thought to myself, well, I'm not going to change if I don't invest in myself. So finally, you had actually sent me a personalized video, and that kind of clicked in and said, "Well, this guy obviously cares about my well-being." So I signed up, and ever since then, everything has changed in my life
That's awesome.
because of your program.
Yeah, and you doing the work, you showed up. That's key, which is awesome. Kudos to you. Was there anything you were skeptical of? A lot of people are scared to invest in health coaching, and they think that's just gonna be another thing that doesn't deliver or they fail to follow through. So was there any skepticism on your part, or you were pretty confident working together?
Absolutely, I had absolute skepticism only because I was, and not so much skeptical about your program. I was skeptical if I could live through it, like live
Mm,
like go through the accountability part. Like people are going to see whether I succeed or fail. Am I going to be able to live up to that?
yeah. Yeah, that's a bit almost as big as the fear of the unknown is the fear of failing or letting yourself down or letting other people down. So I get that entirely. So what made it different though? Like, what was the first real breakthrough in the program that said, okay, this might be different. I believe that I can follow through here. It's not as bad as I thought. Like, what was kind of that first domino?
Well, just a bit of a backstory. Like I've tried several times to do it on my own, and
Hmm.
like I had no clue what I was doing, so I kind of gave up after a few weeks. And but with the structure and the accountability and the help that this you provide in this program, it gave me at a point in my life where now I feel like I can do almost anything now.
Oh, oh, that makes me feel so special, man. And that's what it's about, is like breaking those beliefs about ourselves, those limiting beliefs, not only in fitness, but any other area. Once you've done something like this, you know you're capable of anything. So I love hearing that. What were your specific results? Obviously, we don't have to get too detailed, but you're a diabetic, right? So a lot of people are scared that they don't think anything will work for them when they're type 2. So we'll talk about that a little bit of how medication has changed, but also weight loss. Like, what have the specific results been?
Well, it's funny you should mention diabetes. I'm actually off insulin.
Yeah,
I take one, or I only take two pills a day. I'm now considered pre-diabetic
yeah,
ever since I started with you. A little bit of an update. I weighed myself this morning, and as of this morning, I've lost a total of 47 pounds.
yeah. And that's with clothes on. Rounding up to 50. We're getting awfully close here.
Yeah, yeah,
That's amazing. So how much insulin were you taking prior to the program that it's now no longer even an expense, right? I mean, some of it's covered by Manitoba Health, but you're
yeah.
still right
Well,
there.
I mean, I wasn't paying for it, but just the
Mm,
fact that I had to take insulin just to survive, I
yeah.
think that was another breaking point. Like, I got to do something. I'm not getting any younger. I'm v- pushing 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Um, I can't live like that. So, um, thank goodness you didn't give up on me, and so ever since then, it's just living the best life.
That's awesome. Yeah. So how has your life changed, outside of obviously the no dependency on insulin and weight loss and walking around the block with energy? Anything else in your day to day that's like night and day from what it was before?
Oh my goodness, my energy is through the roof. Like my coworker even made a comment to me the other day that you're even doing my job now because you can't stay still, and like walking now is like sometimes I find 8,000 steps isn't enough to burn my energy, and
Wow.
it's just it's like night and day. Like from walking half a block to 9, 10,000 steps a day, it's it's my life. It's not even a routine anymore. It's my life.
Yes. That shift in identity. It's a whole new lease on life, like you said. It's just, yeah, it's really hard to get out of that initial rut because our energy's low and it's like this kind of vicious cycle. But, having the accountability, kind of being forced to do the right things for a while, now it's second nature to you.
Yeah,
It really shifted. And you see the byproduct in your life, the results. So you believe that it's worth doing, which is that hump to get over. That's so awesome. So what would you say to someone maybe in your former shoes that is scrolling my stuff or just in general is stuck in a rut, pre-diabetic or diabetic with insulin and so on? What can you say to that person that there is hope? If you take control here, there is still a possibility.
well, you know what? And I'm going to talk to anybody who's watching this that is on the fence about wanting to join, being skeptical, thinking they can't do it. This is coming from a guy who was 263 pounds, out of shape. Mental health was in the pits.
Mhm.
I finally went through with my gut feeling, and I went from being so low about myself to feeling I can do anything. And it was all because of what you have done for me, what your program has done. And to anybody who has that little part of their mind that's saying, should I do this? I'm telling you right now, CalFit has changed my life, and I really believe if you're in the same boat or that I was in last year, please, I implore you to give this a try because it'll change your life.
Wow. Checks in the mail, man. That was quite the ringing endorsement. I appreciate it. Just the last question would be like, everyone thinks, getting this weight off requires such sacrifice, keto diets and whatever else that's out there. How has your routine changed? Or maybe how is it not? Like, what are you still able to fit into your diet and how is your routine kind of structured so it is sustainable?
Well, I'm like, you had put me on a high protein diet. And at first it was a struggle, but now it's like routine to me. I eat 99% whole foods,
Mhm.
but I still treat myself once in a while.
Yeah.
I had a couple slices of pizza the other day,
Yeah.
but that didn't derail me. It's all about once you get used to the tracking of your food part,
Mhm.
you find that, or I find that it really, you feel so much physically and mentally better that you I can't go back to like I haven't been to McDonald's ever since, like for an example. I can't even fathom eating that stuff anymore. So it's a quite a shock at first, changing to the better eating, but absolutely, it's like night and day.
That's awesome. I love my McDonald's, my McDoubles too much to give it up completely, but I mean,
Yeah,
you're better than me. That's awesome. Yeah. So you've kind of found a structure to it that doesn't feel like you're depriving yourself. You've got lots of filling foods in. It's just the quality whole foods. And, you save not going through drive-throughs every day. And, that's a big piece for a lot of people too. Well, awesome, Jeff. I mean, this is exactly what I was hoping to get out of this conversation, just a sense for how it's changed your life beyond the scale. And I really appreciate you sharing. Is there anything else you wanted to
no,
kind
I
of
just
impart?
no, anybody who's in the program or not in the program, I just want to say you guys got this. I believe in all of you, and I really hope that anybody who's not in CalFit considers joining because it will change your life.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You're such an inspiration. Like we love that you're always in the support group and you're cheering others on as, apart from yourself and sharing your wins. And that doesn't go unnoticed. And that's what I'm hoping this will accomplish for someone outside the program that just is in the same boat of your former self and they might get inspired. Not to say they have to reach out to me and hire me, but just to do something to get going in the right direction. That would make me feel really accomplished and you as well. So I appreciate you taking the
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
Thanks
No
again, Jeff.
problem. Okay,
We'll chat
take care.
soon.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So I just wanted to stop the recording there.